So we're going to take a step back in time and check out some really cool automotive history. Stick around. Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm in a museum. I'm literally in a museum. My buddy Kenny. Hey Kenny. So you this is Ken's house. We're going to check out your collection. You are a big collector of BA and Canadian automotive gas and oil products. Your house is literally set up like a museum every time I step foot in here, and it's like being, I don't know if I should be whispering.
No, it's fine. No, you're good. You're good. No, it's getting pretty full, that's for sure, yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And we also become a collector of Hot Wheels.
Oh, that's another thing I fell backwards into, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to look at all of it. Let's start in the living room here, Ken, because you've got so much neat stuff in here. I see some new curio cabinet. Where do you want to start?
Yeah. Well, we may as well start off in the corner here. Picked up some cabinets, so I kind of moved a bunch of stuff around. Probably from the last video, I've moved a bunch of stuff around there, but we got a lot of little smalls in these cabinets here that are BA, pretty much BA related, and kind of started off there. My oil cans.
I guess first of all, we should tell everybody you are also known as Mr. BA.
Well,
you're a big BA collector.
Yeah.
And you're also all Canadian gas and oil stuff. So,
yeah, it's all Canadian stuff as much as I can. Yeah.
I mean, there is various stuff in here like the Goodyear sign. That's pretty neat. We saw that in the last video.
Yeah, we did. Some of these other ones here. Now BA is Canadian, but these signs actually came from their oil wells down in the States.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that land number is, I think, New Mexico there. So they were that far down in their oil rigs and stuff like that. So, and the other one that I have downstairs too is also down in the States. But so that's kind of the U.S. connection to the BA, as well as Gulf that eventually bought them out was a U.S. company, and they eventually started buying BA out after the Second World War, and then kind of started off there. So that's they kind of was down into the oil fields down in the States, and then
so kind of British Americans started in, what year was it again?
1906.
1906, ended in
1969.
69, and some of the colors changed late in 68, 69.
Yes.
We'll touch on that, and then it became Gulf.
Yep, that's right.
Just to touch everybody on the history of it. Mm-hmm. You've got some beautiful gas pumps in the living room. We did see these last time.
Those last time, yeah, that's right. And
there's some new stuff in here.
A few new things. I think some of this corner, that's a paper banner that would have went up in the windows of the BA station. They don't usually last very, very long. As you can see, this one here, the mice got at it, but I thought, that'd be pretty neat to put it as it is and put it up in a frame. And then there's the other banners that usually go between the pumps and the station lights.
That one's a canvas. The paper and cardboard products didn't typically last very long.
They didn't last very long. No,
they didn't. Thrown away just like anything else.
That's right. That's right.
But you have some of that here in the collection.
I do, yeah. Progressing in time, in the mid to late 50s, BA went to plastic signs, light-up signs, and that's one of the smaller ones there.
That's a backlit.
That's a backlit plastic sign as opposed to the porcelain signs. Again, not that easy to find because the porcelain steel ones will last forever, where the plastic ones usually don't last. So they're a little bit hard to find
Get
sometimes
baked
on
in
them.
the sun and the weather. And
Yep, and then crack and then just get thrown away. So that's how a lot of that happens.
I'm just going to follow you. You keep going.
Well,
here.
we keep on going around here. We got some more different signs here that we didn't have before. That's kind of a big deal sign for BA collectors. It's kind of one that's been eluding me for quite a few years, so I didn't
So that's a neat one.
got that one. These ones here, the restroom keys seem to be, every BA station had one, but they seem to be hard to find. And this one here is an NOS set that I come across through a friend of mine, and I worked for a long time on him to get them, and I finally got them. And
So based on the colors, what era would that have
that
been?
would have been from 1950 to 1966.
Oh, wow.
Those years, yeah. Yeah. And interesting enough, this is a little pinstripe panel made by our friend Braden Karst that he made for me.
I noticed that.
Yeah,
that's
that's one of my prized possessions, that one there. That's pretty neat.
I do. I'm lucky enough to have a trophy from
You
Braden.
do, yeah, you do. A couple new clocks and stuff that's in there. This cabinet here has an array of different things. This has more of my prized oil cans in them. They're a little bit more higher end, little rare cans. And some of my Hot Wheels that I'm going to restore are in there. Just kind of keeping them in there.
These are actually very high-end cans in this cabinet.
Yeah, some of them are kind of in rough shape, but they're fairly rare. They're kind of the rare, maybe not so much high end, some of them, but they're rare, hard to find. And there's a couple in there that are kind of the higher end of them, of my collection.
Yeah.
There's some other people that some of my buddies in Alberta that they have the top of the top cans, but for me, these are kind of the.
There's some expensive cans.
Yeah, there's some there that are worth a few bucks. So yeah, so that's.
Before we leave this room, we should probably talk about what you just got into recently.
Oh,
you've got a nice display in
the Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. You know, I've always had Hot Wheels since I was 7 years old, but I had my Hot Wheels set. But I only had 3 Hot Wheels, 3 cars.
Yeah.
My whole life. And so I always thought, I wouldn't mind getting some to go along with my Hot Wheels set. But I thought, you know what? If I do, I'm probably going to be in a lot of trouble and I'm probably not going to be able to stop. Well, so I held it off for quite a few years. And this last August, I made a trip to Alberta and I bought 5 Hot Wheels. And well, now the rest is history. So,
yeah, now you have over 200.
I think I do have somewheres around that. I haven't counted them out, but that's kind of what collectors get themselves into, So
and you gotten into restoring them, which
yes.
I think is cool too.
Yeah,
so.
that's a lot of fun restoring them. Being, I got the auto body background, and it's getting close to retirement time for me, and this would be kind of a nice little hobby to get into. So I got kind of set up to do restorations, and it's kind of neat seeing them, doing them. It's you can get a lot of stuff for them. Like you can get hoods, you can get wheels, you can get windshields, you can get stripes, you can
you
get
buy all the parts.
all sorts of stuff.
Go
for
into
that.
your restoration.
We
room.
will. There's some more here if you want. I even got a couple of original 1969, 68, 69 blister packs that have never been opened.
Oh wow!
That's kind of something that. They're 55 years old and they're still in their packages. So it's kind of cool.
Wow, Ken, that's cool.
And then I got a couple here from a guy by the name of Gary the Gear. Donated a couple of his Hot Wheels to my collection when I first started.
Well, they belonged in a collection like this. They that little Camaro there was probably my favorite. I probably had a couple hundred Hot Wheels when I was a kid.
Is that
I was
right,
a
eh?
big fan of Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
And that was probably my favorite, and I kept it for all these years, and I thought it belonged in this collection. You've got a nice setup here.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'll just give an example. This one here is one of my last ones that I restored. So that's what a restored one looks like. I don't know if you can get up there and get a decent close picture.
Yeah.
It's got new paint, new decals, new wheels. Everything's been cleaned up and polished and painted and.
It looked brand new.
Yeah, that one turned out really nice.
It did.
A heavy Chevy, so yeah, the base and everything. So yeah, it's pretty neat. That's what they look like when they're. That's what that would have looked like when it was new.
Yeah.
you know. And some of them got played with, and some of them I probably won't restore because they're just kind of cool the way they are. But but a lot of them, there's some of them that they look pretty bad when I started on them, and
they're like new.
Like they're like new. Yeah.
Mine was missing a wheel there.
Yours was missing a wheel. The hood's still a little loose on it, but I think yours is probably just going to stay the way it is.
Yeah.
Just the way it is. It's kind of neat.
It's got some character.
Yeah. And it's the Hot Wheels are kind of like the cars too. There's certain people like them with patina, originality. Some people like them restored
or modified.
Modified, yes. But in the real collector world of Hot Wheels, once that post has been drilled and tapped and the body's been separated, then the value goes down on them. But
stuff like
stuff like that will always keep the value up, or even the original ones, especially if there's certain colors like pink is a fairly collectible color because they didn't make a lot of pink ones, and certain ones in certain colors and certain variations. So it's I've learned a lot in the last few months on Hot Wheels. There's still a lot to learn, but it's kind of an interesting thing. It
is cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Yeah.
Another collectible thing.
Yeah, another one of those rabbit holes you go down.
Among them, a lot of collectibles here.
So I guess,
Let's keep going,
We'll keep going. We're going through the kitchen here. I don't know, a lot of the stuff here is the same from the last video. There's a couple things that are probably new. The Coke chalkboard might be new and a couple other things, but they're kind of the same things as what we had here in the last time. And then we can go in down the hallway. There's a couple things that are new.
We'll catch up here, Ken. I'm slow. I'm trying.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm trying to see some of your stuff here. This was a neat thing that was a giveaway at the BA station.
Yeah.
This folded up into a little blowhorn.
A little megaphone. And I got another one. It's different than this one. I got it in a frame in the living room there, but I just got it, and it's a different version of this too. And that's the only two that I've ever seen. So it's kind of cool that have a new old stock one that's never been used, and another one that's been rolled up and well used. And I flattened it out and put it in a frame and
displayed it.
Yeah. Well, it's in the frame. It hasn't been hung up yet. It's kind of finding a place to put it. It's kind of a cool thing here, an oil seal application chart. I have got a bunch of seals there downstairs, and then I come across this here chart that has all the applications for these seals, and I went through this with some of the seals I got, and actually, if our friend Kelvin never needed a seal for his 62 Chrysler, I think I have one or two here.
Oh, wow.
I do believe
That's cool. Another piece of paper.
Yeah, another piece of paper that
was saved.
Never quite often isn't. Yeah, they get thrown away. Yeah. And then in the office here, most of the stuff here is pretty much the same as it was last time. There might be a few additions. There'd probably be a few additions. And, but I think, everything on here's the same in the
This
cabinet.
corner is kind of as it was last time.
I think it's pretty much, there might be a few extras on the top there, but for the most part, I think it's pretty.
BA banks, spark plugs.
Spark plugs, yeah. Filters, fuel filters. Ever popular clock that those things they're starting to get up. I think there's one that sold here this past fall for close to $5,000 or something like that.
Wow.
That one's not worth that, but I mean it's just going crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if the bottom's going to fall out of this, but it doesn't matter to me.
It's still a passion. Yeah.
It's I'm not. It's not for the money or resell. It's just to collect.
And you have a spot here where you actually do
I've got a spot. This is where I do my can relidding.
Yeah.
I got lids for cans to relid, and I do that there. And then this is where I do my restorations for the Hot Wheels. This is one that is in progress. I still have to paint the roof on it yet, but it's a TNT bird spoiler, and it's getting all restored, and you got to paint the roof on it yet, and then put it together.
And you have a surplus of wheels and axles.
I got
and parts
wheels and parts and axles. I've got an order getting sent in from the States there that a bunch more windshields and hoods and stuff like that that's getting in. So I've got I don't know, I probably got 60, 75 Hot Wheels that I got on the docket to restore. So, and I'm set up for doing zinc plating on them. It's kind of like, instead of priming them, you zinc plate them, and then you can kind of sand them down and prep them and polish them for painting. So it's kind of a neat setup to do that.
That is cool.
And then
I got to point this out here. Sorry to interrupt. The Stork box.
Stork kit.
I thought that was so cool when.
Yep.
So when a BA station was opened, that they received that Stork box.
Yep,
kind of
that's
a starter kit.
Starter kit. It's got it has all sorts of, like, it has your bill pads and your business cards and all that sort of stuff that you want to get when you start a business. You know, all that little paraphernalia, and that's all in that kit there.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
I was blown away last time I saw that, and I thought that was cool. I had to point it out this time.
Yeah. And then I got my airbrush and spray booth there for painting all set up there, and I just keep it in there for storage to keep them clean and whatnot. And I guess I got a couple extra things in the bedroom there. You got
that's a vibrant sign.
Yeah, it almost keeps me awake at night. It's so bright. Don't need a light on, but that's about the only real big change in the bedroom there. Out here we got some men's and ladies there. We got one here and a couple over on this side here that are new. That's something that there. You know, again, it goes down to, like, every gas station had them, but they're hard to come by. I don't know if they just get thrown away when the gas stations get renovated or what it is. I'm not sure, but it took a long time to get them.
Yeah, it would be hard to find that
Yeah,
stuff.
it seems to be hard to find them. So,
should we share with everybody what's downstairs?
Sure, let's go downstairs and we'll.
So the bulk of Ken's collection is in the basement. It's a little bit darker down there. I'm going to bring some light with me. Hopefully you guys can see.
Yeah.
There is some neat things along the way we'll share with you here. This is, like I say, it's like walking into a museum.
Yeah.
Ken surrounds himself with his collection. He does it in a tasteful manner. Everything's displayed nicely.
A couple of Royalite things, and it's, I don't know if people are aware, but BA bought out Royalite in 1964.
Oh, is that right?
So there's a few Royalite items in there. And actually this particular item, my brother found this in the basement of our farmhouse. I didn't even know we had it. It's a garment bag that you put over your coats and stuff, you know, when you're storing them. And probably got it from the BA dealer back home in Kyle, but it was in the farmyard, or in the farmhouse at home in the basement. I didn't even know it was in there. My brother found it, so yeah, that's kind of neat.
Anything that's got BA on it?
Well, you know, or related to it, because BA bought out a lot of companies back in the day, and so there's a little bit of examples in here of some of the BA stuff or some of the other ones that BA bought out. So. But in here, everything's kind of the same down here. The big bulk cells and the letters that went over top of on the stations, that's all the same. It's pretty much the same there.
That's cool. I like those big signs.
Yeah, they're big. They're big, and that's a heavy one too. That one. And so yeah, and then we come into what I call the can room. Now, last time you were here, I think I was at around 500 cans, and it's grown now. I'm just over 750 different quart cans now. So, and I'm running out of room really quickly. I had to put up some extra shelves and packing them into the window wells here. So.
It is an amazing collection. I love the way this is all set up and displayed. Hopefully we don't miss too much here because there's so much to see. 750 was it?
A little over 700. I think I'm 751 or 752 now.
Wow.
Cans. So yeah, there's a few here. There's a few, and then yeah, this is a new item here. Another sign that. Since the last time you were here.
That's cool. I love the base.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's our friend Barry got that for me at Red Deer. Found it for me, and then I went. He dragged me over by my heels, and
You got to come see this.
got to
Yeah.
come see this, and end up with bringing that home. And then I made the top part for it and display the sign with.
Nice.
And yeah, so a bunch of extra BA cans and stuff like that. You know, can never have too many BA cans. So.
Yeah, and the rest is all a Canadian.
All Canadians, and every single can in here is different from the next one. Even if they look like they're the same beside it, there's something different about them. No two cans are the same that are on these shelves here.
Little differences.
A little bit difference. Like even these 3 white roses, they look the same, but they're actually all have some sort of a different, something different about them.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, whether it be the way the can's made or the writing or something like that, it's all different. And you know, we got stuff like lubrication books and stuff like that. This is the older logo from 1928 to 1948, 49, 50.
Yeah, the bow tie.
Yeah, the bow tie, and then it went to the roundel in 48 to 50. Went to the roundel until 1966. That's the earlier one. As far as cans go, the ages, these ones were probably about 1932, 33 to 1938. We could go to the other ones. 1938, then to the 40s, and then to the 50s and 60s. And then down here is to the late 60s before it went to Gulf.
Oh,
That's the colors before it went to Gulf.
That's where you see that color change.
Yeah. In 1967. So we go over to here. These cans right here are all approximately 1938. And a friend of mine in Alberta and I, he found a way to actually pinpoint the age of these a little bit better. And so he showed me what to do and what to look for on them. And so I've been kind of fortunate enough to a lot of cans, a lot of the older cans, you can actually pinpoint the year on them, like a lot of 30s and 40s and 50s cans. You can kind of pinpoint the year on them. The later ones, not so much. With we kind of pretty much know, but the older ones, they've got certain markings on them that you can, if you know where to look for, and it'll tell you where the age of them are. A couple of the hard to find BA cans that I come up since last time. The Never Freeze, that's a hard to find can.
Oh wow, I've never seen that before. Yeah, that's different.
Frostaline, that's a hard to find can. That's a tough one. Another one that's hard to find is that automatic transmission fluid with the squares on it. There's still a diesel can out there that I've only seen 2, and a diesel can out there that is still eluded me, and one outboard motor oil can. There's still a few, but those 2 are the ones that are hardest ones to try and find.
And there's those subtle differences again. You got stripes on one and solid on the other,
and then Dextron and Type F.
Yeah,
you know, and stuff like that. You know, even like the Frost Cops, they got different writing on them there. Eh? So
yeah,
a little bit different writing on them, so they're that little bit difference. You know, now as you notice, there's a light blue and a dark blue.
Yeah.
Now I was told by somebody's father that worked at BA.
It was a mistake.
It was actually a mistake, and this is actually Royalite Blue, and it came out earlier, and it was only for a short time, and then they changed it to the dark blue so it had an easier transition to the Gulf colors.
Right.
And so the light blues reportedly are a little bit harder to find, which they are a little bit harder to find than the darker blues.
Shorter run,
I would imagine a shorter run, yep. And another hard to find can is a BA aviation oil.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you don't see too many of them. There's a few of them around, but they're, like I said, they're a little tougher to find. And they have a kind of a generic can for BA because they use this style of can for quite a few different types of oil, and then the only difference is the lid. Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't relid that guy.
I know. Somebody didn't cut it off. Yeah, that was actually a full can when I bought it. And I always, empty out my cans.
Yeah.
I collect the cans, not what's inside the cans.
Yeah.
So, and it's better, you know, to have an empty can. If you have a full can and you drop it, well, it just goes splat, and then you
Yeah,
got
it
a
dents
wrecked
it.
can. Where
Yeah.
if they're empty, they just kind of bounce around a little bit.
Yeah.
And for insurance reasons too, because
You can't have 90 gallons of oil in here.
exactly. So yeah, we're keeping on going down here. We got, like I say, this is finally full. This rack, both sides. That took a long time to do. It's not easy to finding them.
No.
You know, that many of them. It's a little bit tougher now. But yeah, keep on going down the line here. It's another fairly valuable can is these blue outboard motor oil cans with the seagull on them. They're pretty collectible for
That's outboard motor oil.
Yep. And yeah, I got headlight boxes. The building paint, like paint for the insides of the buildings, outsides of the buildings, for the islands, stuff like that.
For
you know?
this gas station specifically.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You've got actual cans of paint there.
Yep.
That would have been used at the gas station.
That's right.
Because every year they had to paint the
They had
pumps
to,
and
they had to
clean
clean
things
up,
up.
clean
and-
everything up, and here's some of those seals there that we were talking about that chart for, and
Oh, okay.
you know, they got the part numbers on them and stuff like
Oh,
that.
you got a pile of them, yeah.
Yeah.
And you got a chart to tell you where to put them.
Where they are. Yep, that's right. And
And they're going to stay right there.
that's right. Yep. And there's the Muncie 4-speed for the
yeah,
wagon
for
sitting
the
out
wagon.
there, and the radiator for it sitting in here nice and safe.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, cabinets, charts, lots of little things, doodads and stuff like that here.
Again, I'm just amazed. Anytime I see paper and cardboard products, it's just incredible that
Yeah.
they've lasted all
That's
this
right.
time and were saved.
Yeah, that's right. It doesn't last forever. Well, for a lot of times
There's a cardboard box here I want to show everybody. It was a brake shoe kit.
yeah.
And look at how nice a shape that is.
Yeah.
It's just like it's never seen sunlight.
Yep, and
it's never seen moisture.
That's another one of the things that took me a long time to get some of them.
Yeah.
I've seen them. They're not very often, but I've seen them in auction sales, and for probably 20 years, and it took 20 years just to come across one, to have an opportunity to get one. So
And
then
there's a whole pile of boxes.
boxes
battery.
here, and then batteries, BA batteries.
Yeah.
The one on the left is a new old stock, never been in a car. The other one's been in there, and it was all emptied out. But yeah, probably the oldest can in my collection will probably be that one right there.
Yeah, that guy's over 100.
Yeah, that one would probably be pretty close to one of the first cans that came out. It's got the hammer
sticker.
and anvil logo on it. So that was their first logo, and then the Lifesaver logo, not the Lifesaver candy, but the Lifesaver, like the boat
Yeah.
Lifesaver, was their second logo, and I don't think I have a Lifesaver logo on there. And then
Now, I want to back you up just for a
Okay.
second. So the reason those cans were square, I understood, it was so they could sit in Model Ts and not roll around.
well, I think those ones went on some of the running boards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then there was some of the other ones.
And there's a crate underneath it.
Yeah, and then actually, these ones here are a little bit smaller. These ones here would fit underneath the seats,
Right.
underneath
There
Model
it is.
Ts and the Chevs and Durants and Graham Pages and stuff like that. They would slide underneath because you always had to check and add oil on
Yeah,
them.
it was a constant.
Yeah,
a
so those ones
constant
would
thing.
sit on the running board or slide underneath the seat, and they kept them small and thin and flat so they could put into small places on the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the bigger ones were more of a bulk one, but I think those ones are still so you could kind of set them on the running board. But those ones there, like that big one, was a little bit more of a bulk can because that was a 5-gallon can.
Yeah.
And that was
big.
a little bit more of a bulk one, but But yeah, they made them certain ones to fit underneath. They probably a lot of would pour them out of that can into the smaller cans and then slide them underneath the seat or put them on the side of the running boards of the cars. So yeah,
I like that neat history.
yeah, it is. It's kind of neat that sort of history of our country, you know. And BA, British American Oil, was second biggest oil company next to Imperial Oil, which is still going, which is actually started off in the States as Standard Oil down in the States, and then like say it was the second biggest in Canada for many years. So,
yeah, there were stations everywhere,
coast to coast to coast.
Yeah.
Well,
Ken, very, very, very impressive. I always like coming to see your collection. You've got so much to see here. It's a huge part of our automotive history, seeing this. This is, people use this every day. I know when I started driving, I was kind of upset, but when they went from cans to plastic bottles.
Yes.
And that happened right when I quit driving. They had, I guess it would be liter cans like you've got out here.
Back in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, they went to the liters, and those are the cans. And then I remember in 1984, it was still, Co-op still had the cans in 84, and then right after that, they went to the cardboard bottles, or the plastic bottles. Plastic bottles, yeah. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you, bud.
Oh, you're welcome.
Appreciate looking at. You've got more to share.
I got more.
Yeah, we're going to get into your garage at some point. You've got some other things to share. I wanted to show everybody the bulk of your stuff and your new Hot Wheel collection. That's impressive.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. It's lots of fun.
Yeah, it is. It is. Always fun seeing you, Ken. Thanks very much.
All right. Thank you, Gary.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Real cool stop in time. And anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys again.